Hello, hello. It is Monday, February 16th. Pairings, excuse me, pairings just came out, and I am playing someone named Scrytop. I wonder if this is like a Magic the Gathering kind of thing, because Scry, I know, is a keyword. Maybe put it on top. Anyway, so I'm playing against him. His rating is only 1795 classical, and I can see he's been up and down quite a bit. But the other thing is that he only has 100 games on his account in total. So I'm not exactly sure how to evaluate his how strong he is or how strong he truly is. So that's going to be a little tricky. He is playing black. So let's do some opening tree. And like I said before, he only has like 100 games. Yeah, so 61, 118. He's like minus one. What is that? 61 times 2 is 122. So he's 4 games short of being 50-50 on white and black, but whatever. So he faces e4 the most. He usually responds with e5 and against knight f3, knight c6. Now d4 the Scotch, which is what I play as my e4 repertoire. He takes and goes against the Such Gambit. He goes a knight of 6. And here, this player took on d4, which is not the right move. It's not the theory move. Theory is like this: is e5, d5 counterattacking, bishop e5, knight e4, knight takes d4, and then you can go like bishop e7 and then trade here one way or another. I don't remember if you take with bishop or knight. I think you take with bishop, if I'm not mistaken, because here you lose a tempo. Here, you're kind of fine. And then you can like castle here, or sorry, here, or not there. So I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at the theory here, but I know this is the position. And if they take this way, then you can take here and you're still fine. So okay, I mean, this is gonna be hard to prep for, but I assume knight f6 Scotch Gambit. Against the 4 knights, he hasn't played against the Gleck. And I saw a video about the Gleck, and I know Danya in his speedrun recommended the Gleck, but I haven't played this, so I don't really know the ideas very well. So probably won't play that. No games against f4, so kind of tough to really say what to do there. d4, d5. He's an Albin player, Albin counter gambit. I don't play d4, c4. I played d4, knight f3, to which he's played bishop f5 once. And this was in a 15-10 game. But this went into a collie, so a little different. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite what I'm looking for. What else? Bishop f4. I mean, not like I'm gonna play a London, but okay, he plays somewhat principled here. Yeah, not much to go off of for this guy. Really not a lot to go off of. I mean, maybe we'll take a look at knight f3 first. Knight f3, d5. Okay, this is a little more in line with what I would expect. Okay, so he goes bishop f5 again. So let's take a look at this game. Oh, but he played c4. Okay, so he plays in a Slav style position. Queen b3, and he goes queen c7. I mean, I didn't really see what happened, but yeah. Okay. And I saw he had some other thing, knight f6 first, and then bishop f5, so it transposes. Okay. Okay. So we might get this kind of position. I would play d4 here personally and let him go bishop b7 and then queen b3, and I'm expecting a queen c7. C6, queen b3. Okay. Yeah, so maybe some kind of queen c7 pseudo Catalan is what we're getting. Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, there's not much to go off of here. I don't anticipate that I'll play a Scotch Gambit against him. I mean, I'll probably get into it if I want to, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to play this or if I want to just play my main tournament repertoire. But we'll see. I might review this anyway, but I'll see you during game time. All right, here we go. Oh, I just realized this looks a little weird, but it is what it is. I wonder if I was recording like that for the last game. Let's try to fix it up real quick. All right, good enough. All right, so here we go. Yeah, let's go d4. All right, yeah, d4, d5. So what do I remember? There's like one game where you played bishop f5. This is really all that I can really say about what he plays, because he doesn't have a lot of games on his account. He might play bishop f5 here. So you could say I'm out of prep, but there was really no prep to begin with. Like, my prep is consisting of like one game he's played in the past. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's strategized by not playing 2c4, because he plays the Alban counter gambit, and I don't know anything about it. But I mean, this is what I always play anyway, or at least this system with knight f3, g3, bishop b2 before c4. So, not really sure what to expect, considering he doesn't have any games in this position. I'm kind of hoping for a bishop f5. Okay, c6. Still could be a bishop f5 or bishop g4 setup. We'll see how he continues. If he plays e6, then we're getting into a closed Catalan, but knight bd7. It's kind of weird. But it's like nothing to be afraid of. All right, so I have to say it's 9 p.m. on a weekday, so a little different from the usual schedule. My opponent, I'm assuming, is somewhere East Coast US. Okay, so that's what I was expecting. Bishop f5. So my drink for tonight is a little whiskey. Yeah, so here I want to play c4 now instead of castle. Yeah, I have some whiskey. It's also Lunar New Year, to which I am celebrating with my family, so I was doing a lot of stuff with the family and extended family. Had dinner with my brother and his wife / my sister-in-law, right? That's the right terminology, I think. I don't know. Yeah, so okay, so we're getting into this like Slavy kind of system. And because the bishop's outside the pawn chain, I want to play queen b3 and pressure the weak b7 pawn. I think I've seen in some of his other games, he's played queen c7, which is a fine move. It's not the greatest because I can also play bishop f4 to gain tempo. I think the main move, is queen b6. And the idea here for me is to play c5, poking the queen. And white can decide to trade, or he can go back to he can go back to c7. Okay, so we're not getting the end game that I was anticipating, so I might just castle. Knight c3 and bishop f4 also come to mind. I think all of those moves look fine. I think castling is probably just the simplest. I think I want to play a little more actively. So let's go knight c3. So I want to castle, rook d1, e4. Some combination of those moves. Or I need to trade this bishop off first, so I can do something like this. If he plays h6, then I'll have to... then I can't go for this bishop, or this knight h4 idea to trade the bishop off, because he can obviously go to h7. So I would have to play knight d2, and then go for e4 like that. And it's 1, 2, 3 defenders versus 1, 2, 3... Or sorry, well, I guess we're both defending the square. He's defending the square, I'm defending the pawn. So this is all very familiar to me. Bishop e7. So again, bishop f4, castle, knight h4 is an idea as well. I think I'm going to save... I want him to castle first before I play knight h4, just so that this rook doesn't get an open file. So if he doesn't castle here and he plays like knight bd7, then I'll play bishop f4. I'll go for rook d1, knight d2. But once he castles, I am going to try to play knight h4. All right, and all these squares are covered. Okay. So yeah, let's go knight h4. Trade this off. I get the bishop pair. And he doesn't have any other squares to go to, right? This doesn't work because I'll take with the knight. Here's covered, here's covered, here's covered. He can go here technically, but then I have h3 here. And I don't know if I want to play g4 there, because he could sack. Most commonly, people will play bishop g6. I think if he goes here, I'll play h3 first. And then instead of g4, I'm going to swing my bishop out to gain a tempo. Get it off of this, get the queen off of this diagonal so I can play g4 and then put my bishop on g3. Maybe. That's an idea. But other than that, I want to trade off his light squared bishop and play e4. And then try to stop black from playing e5 and b5. So, well, I can't stop him from playing b6, which is a little annoying, but we'll have to see how it goes. taking very, very small sips of my whiskey. I'm a very slow drinker in general, but also with alcohol. But I also don't drink drinks that are chuggable when it comes to alcohol, I guess. Okay, so knight bd7. So not even concerned about this awkward pawn structure here, although that does stop me from playing e4 in a way. I mean, I think grabbing the bishop pair is going to be good regardless, so I'll take. And so admittedly, I'm like kind of drifting away from chess in the sense of like I'm not as interested in playing / improving, but something I've always struggled with is just like not spending so much time on very simple moves, like not spending so much time deliberating between bishop f4 and castles, like in the previous position. Here, bishop f4, bishop h3 are moves. If bishop h3, probably g6. This pawn is weak, and I want to attack it, but there's no way to do so. So I might not be able to play e4 at all this game because of this trade, but I think my play will have to be on the queen side. So I'm probably going to have to do some kind of like queen, some like get the queen out of the way, b4, b5, a4 as well. Some combination of that. Try to make this bishop really useful, undermine the pawns here. Queen c8. Because again, I can't play e4. This is an idea, but g6. That's kind of like the end of the story there. Yeah, so let's just go queen c2. This pawn is not defended. But how can he attack it? Maybe if he moves his knight. And then plays bishop here. But I can also play e3 at a moment's notice. But I guess I have to be careful that my bishop doesn't get trapped. So it's I'll play queen c2 just to attack this. And then I'll decide if I want to play rook d1 or not. Because I could also consider putting the rook on b1 and then just pushing these pawns. I have to also notice that knight e4 is an idea. I could play f3, but I don't like the look of that. Okay, so he goes for it immediately. So if I trade, he'll probably take with the f-pawn, fix the structure. I don't have to do anything about this. But I guess he has bishop f6 coming, right? I'm just trying to see how else can he pressure this pawn. I could also just put my bishop on e3. But like these are the kind of decisions I don't want to spend too much time on because they're relatively insignificant. I just don't want to get my bishop trapped randomly. I think I will play rook d1. Although, I might want to keep the rook on e1. I mean, if we trade, I feel like you can't really make progress. And I don't think you want to play DE. So I think I will trade, actually. I could play bishop h3 afterwards, but I think b4 is kind of like... b4 is more in line with what I want to play. Or, well, yeah, but bishop h3... I mean, I just spend a move to pin this, which doesn't even do anything. I think I will go b4. Let's play on the queen side here. Maybe we'll get some trades, weaken the pawn, try to control these files. Because also, my bishop on f4 is doing a great job of controlling b8. Which actually, now that I'm looking at it, maybe I do want to play h3 b4, h3 g4, and put the bishop here. Maybe I want to put my bishops there anyway. Knight f6. See, now h3 makes a lot of sense. Because I'm stopping knight g4, but he could also just play knight h5. But then knight h5, bishop e3. It's awkward I'm blocking this pawn, but this pawn's not doing anything anyway. Like, it's not really going to be much more useful on e3, I don't think. So I think I will go h3. h3, knight h5, bishop e3. Maybe bishop f6. But, like, you're not really going to be able to route your knight to the square to pressure this d4 pawn. Although, am I even concerned about knight g4? Knight g4 doesn't do anything. Knight h5 is what I will have to react to. Which I could just play bishop e3. And he can't sack here, I don't think. That doesn't seem to make sense. So I think I'll go a4 first. Or do I want to go rook b1? Rook fb1. I think I'll go a4 first. Because I don't know if I want to bring it here or here. Or even here. I wonder, h3 here, here. Then what? He'll play a move and then play g4, knight back to f6. My bishop doesn't feel quite as exposed. Queen e6. I'm not sure what the idea is. What's the idea? I don't know. So again, h3, g4, or just play b5. I don't need to rush with b5. Also because even after I play b5, he's not compelled to do anything. If I play bc6, bc6, then what? Maybe like an a5, queen a4 kind of thing. I guess, so yeah, it's a question of, do I want to play h3, g4? Hard to say. I think I will. Because again, b5... Well, he could play a6, that's the thing. Right, I guess I'll play b5 then. Like, on the one hand, I don't need to rush, but on the other hand, a6 would make things very annoying. And I'm not really seeing the point of these pieces. Like, they're not doing anything. As I keep saying, knight h5 is not really a problem. Knight h5, I can even play, well, no, maybe not bishop b5. Because then f6. So yeah, knight h5, bishop b3. Anticipating some kind of bishop f6. And I still am trying to figure out where this rook wants to go. I have a feeling it's going to go to b1. Again, I'm not understanding these moves. That doesn't do anything. Queen h6 is not even playable right now. I can take on c6, I can play h3. I think I'll just play h3. Just kick him out, make him waste time. He's got queenside space, but, or kingside space, but there's no attack. I mean, like, maybe if he tries, like, g4, or sorry, g5, which actually he could play right now, but I don't think that's good for him. g5, hg, gf. G5 is interesting. Okay, yeah, he goes back. So I think now I'll take here. And then I'll play rook fb8. Now g4, bishop g3 is also something I could play. Oh. What? I think I just take with the rook. Okay. I don't think I'm missing anything here, right? He must have not seen the bishop controls b8. Oh, that's a move. So let's not get too excited. Let's figure this out nice and calmly. So my first thought is bishop f4. My other thought is bishop e5. I think I'll just go bishop f4 so that f6 in the future is never a problem. I could also take here, but then after takes here, there, it's like I'm losing 2 pawns. It's not necessary. Yeah, if you take here, I can just take back. There's no problems anywhere. Here doesn't work. I mean, I guess you could put the pawn there, but that's fine. Yeah, this is like the move I saw coming from a mile away. I could play e6. I could play queen d2. I'll just play queen d2. Just defend here. Also probably want to play something like this at some point. What's the idea? Maybe you want to go here, which is an interesting idea. I can go queen e2 just to defend, overprotect everything. Yeah, why not? I gotta also be careful of this. Now that the queen is on g6. So I would think you have to protect the bishop. You can go here, but that's kind of depressing. Okay. So I want to infiltrate here, but I can't do this. Quite unfortunate. Let's just go rook a3. I don't see any problems in my position. I'm up a rook. If you trade, I'm okay with that. But I'm just going to go here, and try to go this. Maybe I should tuck my king back on g1. I mean, that's fine. Oh no, he's threatening g5. King g1 is the simplest answer. Bishop f2 is a funny move. That still works. I'll just go king g1. Nice and simple. Just get off of this X-ray. H6. I'm guessing you want to play G5. I can play H4. So I'll just play Bishop G2. Or sorry, Bishop F2. And I think this forces a trade. If I'm not mistaken. Alright, because you can't go anywhere. So knight f4. Interesting, interesting. I feel like I should just take here. This is a move. Do I care? Not really. I mean, a little bit. Go G4. Or I can go H4. But then, actually H4 might be okay. I think all moves are just winning anyway, so I just have to avoid a perpetual. It's like this is like the only randomly possible way that can happen. Okay, fine. This is a move, but I'll just go here. I'll just stop Queen H3 ideas. I want to play this at some point. I'm just trying to stop all of his counterplay. I guess one thing he could try is Queen C2. But I don't think that really does anything. Because I'll still go Rook B3. G6, fine. I could take this pawn. But I think I'll just go here. Because the thing is, if I take this pawn, we trade, he starts getting checks. He can start giving checks. Which I'm sure I'll be able to defend. It's just, why give him the chance? I can go here too, but then F6. I guess I'll go here. Attacking the bishop. Could play bishop G6, I guess, yeah. Just go here. I can go here. Still just scanning for random queen moves. Again, I want to play bishop here and trade the bishops, but he has F6, so can't really do that. But yeah, I'm just going to try to create a pass pawn. Okay. Maybe I will go here anyway. Here, F6 here. I could also go here and threaten mate. Actually, how do you defend Queen G8? Because I'm also threatening a queen trade. Yeah, I think this is just a wrap. Yeah. All right. That was 45 minutes. A lot faster than my previous games, but yeah, he kind of just He messed up very early. Throw it in the study. Oh, this recording's been only going for 39 minutes, so, you know, it is what it is. Sorry, let me catch up on phones. All right, so sorry about that. Yeah, so my prep really... All right, let me put this under d4. My prep going into this game was that he plays bishop f5. Oops, sorry. Bishop f5 setups and some kind of queen c7 in response to queen b3. That's it. I also saw he plays the Albin counter gambit against 2c4, so was definitely going to avoid that. I could have also went into a Scotch gambit with 4 knight f6, but I'm not confident in playing the resulting position after 10 moves, which is like doubled c pawns and a d4 pawn. But yeah, so d4, d5, yep, and whatever. Okay. Move order was slightly different, but ended up in the same type of position anyway. So c4. Okay, c4, you know, I don't think I've had a game in this kind of position, right? Oh, no, I have. No, this is a little different. That's a little different. I play against him. He was the King's Indian. Him. It was like a weird b6 kind of. Oh, no, this is a Kali. Never mind. Okay, so crash course on playing this kind of position. So in these like semi-Slav kind of setups where the bishop is here, you want to delay castling and play c4, because if they play e6, or I guess they would do it in like an e6 move order first, and then against c4 they play c6. But assume c4 c6, you want to go queen b3 since this bishop cannot protect b2. And this is a common idea in a lot of openings, like I don't know if it's in the French, but in the Caro this can happen, the Caro-Kann, the London, semi-Slav, those kind of positions. So very common idea. Queen b6 is a move. This is like one of the main ideas to trade queens basically and try to get open file and maybe even doubled a pawn so you can push c5. But I play c5 myself, forcing the queen to make a decision. He played queen c7, which is one of the ideas, which is just to move the queen back. This though is a very important position. So let's just say bishop e7, knight c3, knight bd7. B4. You make it look like you're going to try to expand here. They can go a6. You'll go h3 and g4 to kick this bishop away, or you might even go knight h5, knight h4 first. And there's some line after. It's a long thing after bishop c2, but the main idea is you put your bishops on these long diagonals. And let's just say, I don't know, what's a move? And you want to reroute your knight here and pressure these two pawns like that. And you like slowly play this endgame. And you can even castle here and put your bishop on g3, but you could also just play like king d2 in here. But anyway, getting off topic. Knight c3, bishop e7, just developing, castle, knight h4, knight d7. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go here. I thought this was like the way to go for black, but yeah. Gain tempo on the queen. I was gonna play that move at some point. Queen c2, pressuring the pawn. And then here. Yeah, so I was considering bishop h3, g6. But then after this, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'll just bring the bishop back. And then he can reroute like this. Didn't totally love this position in comparison to what I played in the game, since black seems to have solved, or black seems to have good places for most of his pieces, e.g. bishop f6 to g7 and knight df6. Queen c2 was the move because I wanted to get my queen off of the b file so I could push the b pawn and expand on the queen side. Notably, bishop f4 controls b8, and it's hard. It's very annoying for black. Okay, so knight e4. I don't know if I needed to trade here. That's a thing. Because I was considering just b4 right away. Actually, maybe I do. Because you can go knight df6. And then I have f3, though. I didn't want to have to play play f3 to stop knight e4 ideas. So I traded and then went b4, knight f6. I really thought he was going to go here, but then I have bishop e3. I thought this was fine. I wasn't planning on moving the e3 pawn. Sorry, e2 pawn. anyway. A4, queen e6. Yeah, I don't understand queen e6. Okay, b5, knight g4 again. Like, black hasn't been threatening anything with the last two moves. I could have continued bc6, but decided to just play h3 anyway. I was really also considering ideas of g4, bishop g3 to keep my king super safe, but it also didn't feel necessary. So h3, knight of 6, g4, with the idea of bishop d3. And I mean, like, this sack just doesn't work, right? Although he does have h5. Although I could play g4 then. G4, probably here, because if you go here, then I'll play h6. Because if you go here to try to attack, I'll just go h4 anyway. I don't know. My kingside pawns feel overextended. f6 is coming. So maybe I should just trade. He reactivates his knight. I'll drop back to defend here. e6 is e3 would be annoying. Unclear IMO. But I don't see black's attack actually working here. Oh, maybe here I should play e3 then. This looks much safer. I don't know. Anyway. Tick. Yep, this is what I wanted. Yeah, and then here, I mean, freebie. If it's free, it's for me. And this was really just board vision problem. A board vision problem. Or blunder for my opponent. Bishop takes fb8 would well, actually it wouldn't have been inaccurate. Felt inaccurate only because I thought my opponent would take if I played rook takes b8. Concretely, well, no. No, this is inaccurate. Is inaccurate because with rook takes b8, threatening to trade the other pair of rooks, and black cannot stop that. So rook takes b8, threatening here. All right, so he's basically forced to do this. E3. I mean, from here, it's just... I just have to not randomly get mated or lose material for free. We both also have... Well, I'll just say I have 28 minutes and increment, so if I blunder, I deserve to lose. Yeah, E3 was another candidate, but simply here kind of wastes time. Yeah, I mean, king takes, knight h5, over defending to keep the pawn structure intact. Is intact one word? Intact? Whatever. Queen g6. I mean, there's no tactic here yet, but I just wanted to be safe and over defend the g pawn. Because obviously take, and I don't know, maybe bishop h3. Yeah, bishop h4 was the move I thought might cause problems, but probably not. Just rook a3. And then king g1, g4 should be fine. So queen e3, bishop f8. I mean, nothing better. Rook a3 anyway. Would be a funny way to blunder. Queen f6 doesn't do anything. Or yeah, so just getting off of the X-ray. Oh no, so the idea was g5. Black's idea was g5 to PP on the PP. So for example, here g5. Although I have this. No, I don't. Okay. Anyway, h6, bishop here. There, trade g4. I mean, king g2 also probably fine. This was to stop queen h3. Yeah, I should have just... I didn't see this move. would be GG. But yeah. Running here. Yeah. Pretty simple game, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, I just knew the position, and then he blundered a piece, which is one mover. That's how it goes sometimes. It is what it is. I'm just gonna check the computer analysis. I was actually slowly drifting off of my advantage, which is interesting. Yeah, this is all fine. Fine. It doesn't like rook fb1, which is really interesting. Like, this is such a natural move. But it's saying knight h5 here, there. Interesting. I mean, I guess black does have some play, like pushing these pawns, maybe? But what's wrong with bishop e3? f5. Threatening f4? Question mark? Okay, let's just say I'll play a random move like here. King h2. I guess white does get a decent amount of play here. All right. Yeah, I guess f5 is the problem. So knight h5. But it's saying doing this is better. That's really interesting. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, this was just a one move blunder. Computer says rook takes and bishop takes are both equal. But I thought trading the extra pair of rooks would be more beneficial. Whatever. In my opinion, rook takes is the best. Yeah, I missed queen e8 immediately because I'm a Dumbo. Bishop h6. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, this is quite over. Yeah, queen takes, rook takes. I'll just gobble here. Or I guess maybe I can, if the game were to continue, it'd probably be like this here. I would just protect this. I could win either pawn, really. Go here. I would probably realize I can just attack this one. And I mean, what to do is black, right? So, yeah. GG's. I think it's only one more game left, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully we can end it strong, but we shall see.